Tonight's story is based on real hospital facts. Facts about isolation rooms, abandoned wards, and what happens when a pressure seal fails. This is The Quiet Room. St. Elwyn's Hospital looked normal from the outside. Bright lights, clean floors. But every worker knew one place you never wanted to go. Wing C, the old infectious disease ward. Most of it was shut down years ago, except for one room that somehow remained active. C-17, the quiet room. I worked the night cleaning shift. Easy job, they said. Just stay out of the sealed rooms. Let the machines do their thing. And whatever you do, never turn off the negative pressure system. That system made sure air flowed into the room but never out, to keep anything inside from escaping. My first night alone in C-17, I felt it immediately. The air was heavier. The door sealed shut with a suction thump that made my ears pop, and the vent hummed, deep and slow like the room itself was breathing. I told myself it was just old machinery, until it wasn't. At exactly 2:20 a.m., the vent stopped. The room fell completely silent. My mop water went still. Then, a single soft knock on the inner glass. I froze. C-17's observation booth had been abandoned for years. No staff, no patients, nobody. But on the glass, a handprint appeared. Long fingers pressed from the inside. I backed toward the door and pulled. Nothing. When the pressure system fails, the door becomes nearly impossible to open. Behind me, something moved in the observation booth. Slow, deliberate, like someone standing up after a very, very long time. I pulled harder. My hands were shaking. The figure came closer, 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 and just as it reached the glass, the door seal released. I fell into the hallway. When I looked back inside, the booth was empty, but the handprint was still there. The next day I asked an old nurse what had happened in C-17. She sighed and told me the truth. During the outbreak of 2003, a patient was forgotten in that room when the pressure system locked. By the time they broke the seal, he had clawed the glass from the inside. She told me negative pressure rooms do more than hold air. They hold trauma, energy, sometimes even echoes of the people left behind. Some staff said C-17 never truly emptied. 3 nights later, the system failed again. But this time, it wasn't a knock. It was a face pressed to the glass, skin drained gray like every breath had been pulled out of him by the room itself. His mouth moved silently, forming one word: help. The vent shuddered back to life. The lights flickered. His face blurred, pulled backward into the room like something was reclaiming him. Then he vanished, and below the old handprint, a fresh one appeared. Administration sealed the entire wing the next morning. Structural concerns, they said. But every night the negative pressure system in C-17 still runs. Perfectly. Keeping everything exactly where it died. And sometimes, when the system sputters, it lets those things reach out. So if you ever find yourself in a hospital at night and a vent suddenly stops, don't look toward the glass. And whatever you do, don't wait for the knock. This story is based on real features of isolation rooms found in hospitals worldwide. Negative pressure seals, abandoned wards, and tragic patients who were forgotten during lockdowns. If you want more real fact horror stories, subscribe and stay out of the quiet rooms.